This is a quick walk around of my Vt-50 turbo conversion project into a turbojet. Identify some of the pieces real quick. The turbocharger unit is a Cummins Vt-50 vaned compressor housing from a Cummins 6BTA from the late 80s, early 90s. The bell mouth is a heating and air conditioning part. It's welded to a 4-inch piece of 4-inch tubing, which is got a flange on. It's all hard mounted to the intake. The tailpipe is 4-inch tubing stock with a 3-inch final tailpipe diameter and stainless steel cone. The instrument panel consists of a Harbor Freight pyrometer on the left, a Fluke Type K thermocouple with a hard probe end mounted in the tailpipe assembly. On the left, 2 round gauges are for oil, top one for pressure, bottom one for temperature. Next set in the middle of gauges, top one the propane pressure, bottom one the liquid fuel kerosene delivery pressure. On the right, the P2 pressure in the combustor plenum. Below that, a Stratomaster fuel flow indicator. On the right, the lever with the red handle is a ball valve to control the propane flow during startup. And below that, the knob is a needle valve in the bypass line of the liquid fueling system, effectively the throttle for the liquid fueling system. Switches on the bottom, left to right, are for the oil pump, the cooling fan, the ignition system, and the electric fuel pump for the kerosene. In this view, on the right side of the test stand, on the left side of the picture, it's a large oil cooler, integrated fan, and aluminum housing built by myself. Below that, SureFlow 8000 series pump provides the oil pressure. The combustor looks large. The plenum is 22 inches high. The actual combustor length is 15 inches. The transition cone and tailpiece adapter to the turbine flange are internalized to that, so it appears longer than it really is. On the right side of the picture, my ignition system uses a Velleman transistorized ignition system triggered by a octal socket relay, and the coil, the plug visible on the combustor near the bottom of the picture. In this view, the so-called fueling board, liquid fueling board, consisting of a Moroso, a high-pressure fuel injection pump from the automotive industry, a large fuel injection filter from a Volkswagen application, a shut-off valve, and the bypassing T are all on that board. This board I call my electrical board, has 4 power relays to operate the electrical accessories, automotive fuse block, and all the wiring neatly tied down so it doesn't make too big a mess. Above that, you can see the automotive oil filter where the oil goes through on its way to the feed at the top of the center bearing cartridge of the Vt-50 turbocharger. Also visible on this side is the oil tank, which I made myself, 6-inch diameter round tubing with welded flat ends, internal baffling, and has a vapor separator assembly on the top. On the right side, you can see the tap for the oil temperature gauge and the outlet on its way to the SureFlow pump. Powers for the electrical system supplied by an off-stand 12-volt battery on the left. Fuel tank is also off stand. Kerosene in 6-gallon tank, off stand on the right. 2 lines there, one for feed, one for return. Visible in this scene, the propane supply system consisting of 2 barbecue-sized tanks teed together and feeding into a quick release mounted on the right hand leg of the test stand in view, and also halon fire extinguisher in evidence in case of an unforeseen disaster.